Hi, this is Dr. Safira Da Costa, and today we are going to study about the Compositae family. Now, Compositae family is also known as the Asteraceae family, and basically it consists of all remedies which are from the daisy flower family. Okay, so when we're talking about arnica, we're talking about senna, we're talking about chamomilla, all these remedies they come into the Compositae family. Now, Compositae has a wide variety of remedies. Okay, like right from the very well-known characteristic of this family, which is the injury, to lesser known characteristic remedies like GIT, GUT, fever. The range of the sphere of action of these remedies varies a lot. So for convenience of studying, what we do is we divide it into various groups. The first and the most important group is the injury group. Okay, under the injury group we have common remedies like arnica, which I've taken up before, is mainly for blunt injuries. Then we have your calendula. Then we have Ballast spur, which is usually for deep tissue injuries. We have cineraria, that is usually for injuries to the eye. Okay, the eye affection. So all these remedies come under the injury group of remedies. Next we have the convulsion group of remedies. Now under the convulsion group of remedies, the major or most important remedies are senna. Along with senna, the most the anger remedy which is related is chamomilla. So we have senna, we have chamomilla, we have abrotinum. So these group of remedies they come under the convulsive group of remedies in the Compositae family. Okay, then next we have the GIT and GUT group of remedies, that is the gastrointestinal tract and the genitourinary tract. Okay, under this we have remedies like Cardus marinus, which is a very important remedy for your liver affections, or we have senecio, we have nephelium. Okay, so these come under the GIT or GUT part of it. The next group of remedies is the fever remedies. Under this, two very important remedies is first is the Eupyterium perfolitum and Eupyterium purpureum. Now talking about the Eupyterium perfolitum, now you all know we are in pandemic where one of the most significant symptom of COVID is the body ache. We get this terrible body ache that is there, and the same symptoms along with the fever is seen in this remedy Eupyterium perfolitum. So it has been very much what you say, after getting the totality of the case, especially in COVID cases, we've seen that Eupyterium perfolitum shows comes up as a constitutional remedy during the COVID phase. And then we have the other group of remedies like Rithia or echinacea. These can be grouped in a separate group because they do not have the characteristics of any of the other groups that we've created, neither the injury, neither convulsion, neither your GIT, GUT or fever. So these we group separately. Now why are we putting all these remedies into groups? Now what we have seen is that each group have characteristic features which is common to all the remedies of that group. Now coming to the injury group, having remedies like arnica, your Ballast spur, we are having calendula, having cineraria. So in these group of remedies, the injury group of remedies, we have a common feature of this so lame bruised feeling. Although it is there in the whole family of Compositae, it is more seen in this group of injury remedies. Okay, also there's a lot of profuse easy bleeding that's seen in these remedies, and along with that we have a lot of fears, the fears of darkness, fears of you have frightful dreams, you have this fear of being touched. Now this fear of being touched that we're talking about is both on the physical level as well as the mental level. So physically you do not want anyone to come in physical contact with you. In the same way, mentally you do not want anyone to have a conversation with you. You just want to be left alone. Okay, all this we see in the injury group of remedies. Now coming to the convulsion group of remedies, what we are saying is there's a lot of malnutrition which results in emaciation. So especially when we're talking about remedies like abrotinum. Abrotinum is one of the characteristic remedy that is given in emaciation, especially of the limbs. Okay. So also coming to chamomilla, coming to senna, there's a lot of behavioral problems. There is feeding problems, there are problems in nursing mothers. So where there's all these nutritional disturbances that we see that you can group into your convulsion group, and that is like the characteristics of this group. Next, coming to the GIT and GUT. Now what happens is over here the sphere of action is on the celiac ganglia. So when we're talking about the celiac ganglia, the nerve supply will be to all your vital organs like the liver, the stomach, the kidneys, the spleen. So there will be a lot of disturbance. There will be a lot of disturbances in the functioning of these organs, and hence the symptoms will be coming up. And then talking about fevers, each fever remedy has the characteristic fever. They're usually intermittent kind of fevers with a lot of body ache, and this will be common to the remedies of this fever group. So with these we cover the theme of you cannot take Compositae as one family and give it a common theme, because as I said, it has a wide variety of range of the sphere of action. So, but when you classify it separately like this, into the injury, into the convulsion, into the fevers, into the GIT, GUT, we can give each family, or rather each group, a theme which is common to all the remedies of that group, of the Compositae family. Now coming to Compositae family as a whole, if you're talking the ailments from, we see the ailments from extremes of events like accidents, shocks, trauma, grief, okay, any bad episode happening in the house like a robbery. All this will be like the exciting or the causative factors in this Compositae family. Now coming to the sphere of action, as we said, Compositae family has a wide variety or range of action. So according to the group, corresponding will be the sphere of action. So if we are talking about the injury remedies, so the sphere of action for this will be the tissues, will be the muscle, will be the blood vessels, will be the capillaries, will be the deep tissues, the superficial tissues. So all this we see in the injury group of remedies. Now if we're talking about the GIT, GUT, as we said, like it affects the celiac ganglia. So basically it will affect all your vital organs like your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, okay. Then if you're talking about convulsion, then it's going to affect your CNS, it's going to affect your your spine, your brain. So it is covering that aspect. And then we're talking about fevers, it's affecting the joints, it's causing a lot of body ache, body pain that is there, which is accompanied by the fever. Now coming to the pathophysiological action, it is having action on the blood vessels, and that action that is having, it is nothing but relaxation. So when the blood vessels relax, there's a lot of extravasation of blood. So there's the pooling of blood that we see. Now especially when we talk about a remedy like arnica. Arnica is usually given to absorb the blood like hematomas. We have all the extravasation of blood that is there, where arnica is a very good remedy to resolve these issues. So basically they have this action where there is relaxation of the blood vessels, hence resulting in hematomas or collection of blood basically. Secondly, it has this action on the muscles and the tissues, especially the soft tissues. So what happens is that this inflammation that is there, that it causes in these muscles, it gives it like a so lame bruised feeling. So when we talk about the Compositae family, the first thing that comes to our mind is the so lame bruised feeling. Now this feeling that is there because there is inflammation of the soft tissues and the muscles, which causes pain and this feeling of soreness. Now in the CNS, there's a lot of congestion that is there of the vessels, which causes convulsions. Now what we see in this remedy is it usually causes a lot of inflammation. So if we are talking about the glands, there is inflammation of the glands, so there will be discharges that are produced. If we are talking about nerves, okay, there is inflammation, there's injury, and this inflammation that is there will cause a lot of hypersensitivity, where the pain will be unbearable. That's why in most of these remedies, they cannot even be tolerated to be touched. And coming to the joints, there will be inflammation, there is pain, there is like body break kind of pain, and also we'll have conditions like rheumatism. Coming to the skin, inflammation of the skin will cause conditions of suppuration. Now we said it also has its effect on the GUT, especially on the female reproductive system. Over here it affects the uterus, causing relaxation or atonia that we see. Like the muscles of the uterus as you know is a muscle, it loses its tonicity. So there's a lot of hemorrhages that we see because of this. And it affects the heart, causing hypertrophy.